Hello, guys. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, just say drop voltage in the comment section. If you can hear me, drop voltage in the comment section. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop voltage sign in the comment section. All right, drop voltage sign in the comment section. If you can hear me, drop voltage sign in the comment section. If you can hear me, drop voltage sign in the comment section. All right, amazing, amazing. Okay, you guys are active. You guys are active. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like the fact that you're active. So let me go through the comment section real quick and see who we have on. That's how we do our daily ritual. We have to check what's happening in the comment section. Where are those? Where are those? Where are those? Who's active? Oh my God! You probably okay. All right, Emax Lord. Good to have you. Sunny. Yeah, I think this is the first time we're seeing Sunny on this live, right? Because I think I get to recognize your names. Sunny GM to you. Nobel Amadi. I think this is also the first time I'm seeing that name here. Welcome. You guys are really inviting your friends though. That's nice. Amazing. Amazing. D942 Trader, good morning to you too. Um, who else again do I have? Um, Chilats. Nice, 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 nice. You guys are all bringing in your guys now. That's good. So we're going to be having a very good time out then, because it's what we do every day. Um, 8 a.m. London session to 10 a.m. And then we're back by 2 p.m. New York session to 4 p.m. All right. For those of you that are just joining in, you should always understand that we have a culture here and that we follow. And it's just simple. Take a screenshot at any given time. All right. Use the hashtag on X and post tagging FundedVerse, tag myself as Uncommon King, tag V, tag FX Queen, and then tag your friends so that they can know that it's happening right here, and they can also come here and partake in what we're doing, and of course, learn while we show you guys real time trading. All right, and if you want to also explore the trading conditions of FundedVerse, you can use the code VIP to get 20% discount. All right. I like the energy this morning. I like the energy this morning. I like the energy this morning. Solomon too is here. Amazing, amazing. Sunny said, "No, I've always been here. I haven't missed anyone now. I mean the tag for X. Oh, Sunny. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just remembered. I was confusing you. I had a glitch in my head when I saw Noble Amadi, and I was like, "Oh, Sunny, you also knew." Okay, I was confusing you with Solomon S. All right, so yeah, Sunny, I know you too as well. All right, yeah, I know you too very well as well. I also see your tags on X too as well. Pardon me for that. Okay, so yeah, what do we have this morning? Oh, so yeah, so we were on this trade yesterday, right? You guys, of course, know that we've been on this trade, and this particular pair was so slow, right? Was so slow. So we have a second entry at this point. All right, this is our target. So for some of you that want to take this, you can join in on this trade. Just that price has been really, really slow. And this is the reason why I really do not like trading Euro GBP. It's not even on my pair. I just had to add it because you know I was compelled to trade it, to look at it. FS Queen gave the call. She said, "Hey, check what's happening on Euro GBP," and we saw something really nice. So I had no choice. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even checked it. All right, but then we're having another re-entry at this point. All right, price has given us our volume two, price has swept liquidity, and then price has given us an internal liquidity at this point. To be taken out before we head to the external. So it's looking really good. I'll be looking for you guys. I've taught you guys my confirmation entry, so we can use this once price gets to this point. All right, we can use the 1 hour confirmation entry and get on this trade to hit target. All right, so this is a good one. So we're going to look at our other trade setups that we had. We mapped them out and we give them it, some sort of detailing to know if we are going to wait or we are going to execute, right? And of course, by now I was good enough to make you guys understand yesterday that this game is all about waiting. And for you to play a game that requires waiting, you need to have an unapologetic level of patience. All right. Yeah. You need to hunt like the lion. You not say because you are the king of the jungle, you can just jump into the market anytime and then catch antelope. It doesn't work like that. You have to lay out your tactics, lay out your plan, be patient, move in stealth mode, and then catch what you need to catch and it, right? So let's review. We had so yeah. So we have other trades, other pairs that we did not look at yesterday. So we'll look at them today. But let's do a revision on uh first setup that we are waiting for. All right. So we have a lot of trades that we're waiting for and we mark them out. So let's go to this USD CHF. I think for USD CHF we are waiting for I think we're waiting for the week. I was teaching someone my private mentee yesterday, so I think I removed our label in here. All right, so I'll just have to put that back again. All right, so this one we said we're waiting for weekly breakout, right? We're waiting for weekly BO. So we're waiting for weekly breakout. So only upon please, at any given point in time, if you can hear me, please let me know. All right. At any given point in time, if you cannot, I'm sorry, if you cannot hear me, please let me know. Then also, if you have any, while we are waiting, right? Each time we're waiting for trades, right? We cannot just sit down and then sit and just start waiting, right? So we engage in discussions. I could teach you guys while we are waiting. When we see, we execute. All right, just the way we're going to execute this trade in a few hours from now. Where is it? This particular one? We're going to execute this in a few hours from now. All right, we're going to execute this trade in a few hours from now. So while we are waiting for price to get there, if you have any technical questions, especially for those of you that are new, any technical questions you want to ask that maybe you are finding difficult, you don't understand, some certain level of even your strategy safe, whatever strategy you are trading, if you don't understand your strategy safe, let me know. I'll help you out with maybe you don't trade like me or you don't see the market the same way, but whatever kind of strategy you trade, you can state it out and you're having issues with that strategy, I can help you give some explanations and I will guide you to get better understanding. All right. So for um for this, we are waiting for price to give us weekly breakout. What makes price fail to give us a weekly breakout? Then we'll be looking for more buys. It's a two-way thing. If price give us a breakout, we sell. If price fails to give us a breakout, what do we do? We buy. All right, we buy. So it's self-explanatory. All right, all right. So we just have to wait for one of them to happen. All right, and that entails the closure of this week candle. There's nothing we want to do until this week closes. If this week takes out this high, then that's a new weekly breakout. All right, that's a new weekly breakout, which confirms the further continuation of the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And wait for price to pull back in and then we'll continue. If price breaks below here, then we take it from here and then we'll continue to the downside, take out this low. All right, anywhere price wants to go to, we are there. Okay. That's why we're waiting. For US oil, I think I had to buy. I'm looking at the buy from this level. All right, in as much as so far so good, it has been giving some sort of you know bearish movement to the downside, bullish but then bearish, But I have my eye on this level, and the reason why I have my eye on this level is just simply because um, we have we have we have taken out this liquidity low here, which was the monthly range low. All right, and we are supposed to be heading to take out this high. All right, but while we are heading to take out that high, price has been ranging. So inside the range, we now had what? Now don't forget that price came not only into this place to take out this liquidity. Here's also what a breakout. All right, and so price now inside has now taken the previous. Was it previous or this? What month was this? This was June. It has taken June's low and then heading to take out June's high. So I'm expecting price to fall back to this level for a buy continuation. All right, on the weekly time frame, we can split that and see that already there's liquidity waiting for us. I've taught you guys already. Once you see a candle that doesn't have a wick below, it's always liquidity. All right, always serves as liquidity. Once you see a candle that doesn't have a wick below it, it serves as liquidity. All right, so price is going to take out the liquidity, and then on the daily, you can see it. All right, you can see it on the daily. All right, so I'm patiently waiting for price to dip into this point. Once it comes into this point, I'll wait for H4 breakout, and then I would use H1 confirmation to buy. But the buy is going to be very long, so I don't know if I will hold it, but however the case may be, I think I will hold it. All right, I will hold it. All right, so that's that for crude oil. So I don't have any more alert. I've exhausted all my alerts. I've exhausted them. So this one I'll just keep my eyes on it. Um, I think when this goes to play out, let me see when I should come back. So yeah, so this week, this week candle has so this week has to end. So this week candle is the one that will do the magic. All right, because this week candle has only one move to do. It has to come down to this place. All right, and if he wants to start buying, he cannot come down and then buy and give us a very long week to this point. So even if it comes down here tomorrow, it will play up, play down, play up, play down, play up, play down. So at the end of the day, I want to see this week close at this level. All right, so I'll just mark here, waiting for price to get into this level. Waiting the hell, waiting for price to close at this level on the weekly TF. All right, so this should be my reference. I told you guys about organizing your trades using reference, so that anytime you come to the chart, you just read and know what you're looking for. You understand? So this one, I need a week to, and I'm waiting for the week to close. BTC, we have a sell on BTC. We're looking at a sell on BTC. All right, we're not looking at, we're expecting a sell on BTC. All right, we're just waiting for one more confirmation. One more price close really good at this level. All right, but we're waiting for just one more confirmation, which is this. We want to see price take this low. All right, so for now, what I expect price to do is price can sweep this high. All right, because the whole of this place is our sell POI. All right, the whole of this place is our sell POI. So if price doesn't, you validate this place, we're expecting price to break out from here. So once price break out from here, this becomes our H4 POI. Then we'll use H1 confirmation to sell. All right, and the sell is really really far. We have this level, target 1. All right, we have this level as target 2, and then we have this final level as target 3. All right, we even have target 4. So it depends on you. Me, I do want to play and I'm out. I do not, except maybe I want to enter. I entered two position and then like what I did for gold yesterday. I entered four positions. I led two. I collected two at 1 to 3 and then left two to run. You guys were here when I closed the trade, so it's not like right. So this is what I'm expecting. Just one more confirmation now, and we are good to go. All right. So that's what I have on this. All right, that's what I have on this. AUD USD. I have something on. Oh my God, good. It's coming. Finally, finally. So see what we wrote here. We're waiting for what daily close at this level. So currently, right now, we're having a very very good liquidity that has been taken out here. We've been strongly bullish on this on the higher time frame, like as you can see. We've been strongly bullish on this, but um, why I want to wait for daily close because this level we're supposed to see a breakout at this level. All right, and if this price fails to break out above here, then we're going to dump. So won't see a breakout. So we have 3 more days for this candle to do whatever I want to do and close above here. So, but then looking at the daily time frame, we have this new below the weekly breakout. We have this daily breakout, okay, which is a volume two. So once the price come into there today, we're not going to take the trade. We'll wait for daily to close. Once daily closes at this region, then tomorrow we can look for our setup. All right. So that's that for that one. For this one, what do we have on this? Yeah, we're patiently waiting for this to come into this low, take out this low, possibly take out this range low as well, because everything that's happening inside here is inside this candle range. All right, once it takes it, then we'll look for back continuation to the upside. Otherwise, we just have to wait. All right, so that's what we'll have on that. Guys, permit me this morning I might be slow because I've not slept. All right, I've not slept since last night, so I might be slow. All right. So for this one, we're looking to see price react from here. I think I told you guys that that was my petitions on this. I have this level, I have this level, I have this level. So anyone that price gives confirmation, that is where we're going to take our buy from, and we would work with the confirmation as well. So we are waiting for monthly candle to close. All right, look at it here. Waiting for this candle to close. All right, once it closes, yeah, once it closes, hopefully by then we should have taken out this low. All right, you should have taken out this low because what's happening right now is an expansion has already happened after a week expansion. So this is a retracement leg. So it has massive liquidity before it continues going. So possibly we're going to wait for another 1 or 2 weeks. All right, for this to play out. So this should be here, not there. Let's check this AUD, Euro AUD. We're waiting for what? We're waiting for price to get to this level as we spoke about it. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? See, guys, you know what? Let V just take over from here, right? Because I'm sure you guys have already snapped this. All right. I don't even know if if I said anything off because as I'm talking, my eyes are closing at the same time. So I don't know. I've not slept since last night. So let me know when I say something that would, I don't know. Right. And so all these have already been marked. Right. So let V take over from here. Let me see if I can get a quick nap and I will join you guys before the session closes or in the New York session. I just need a power nap. I don't want to make irrational decisions here. Okay, so yeah. V, are you there? But for this one, once the H1 enters, let me give V the mic. Okay. Once this one, the H1 price gets to this point, use H1 confirmation, please. And please manage your risk. All right. This is like the only trade we have so far. Right now, right? Manage your risk. Manage your risk. Okay. The other ones are going to like confirm like BTC. Wait for BTC to confirm. All right, it's close below here, so that's going to take like another 4 hours. So we might see this trade into New York session, but until price breaks here, we are not doing anything. All right, so this is the trade we have for today, and this one. All right, so this one, once price gets to this point, if you know you don't understand how to use confirmation entry, I say it now so I can teach you now. All right, but I believe I have taught you guys not once, not twice. So use confirmation entry to enter this trade on H1. All right, Fee, are you there?
You, my man, what's good?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I think you might have to take over from here so I can just a power nap. I'll be back. Just a power nap.
There's a challenge. Okay, I'm coming. Let me. Oh, thank God. All right, guys, and how are you doing? How has been our week so far? Hope we are having an amazing time, an amazing week. I don't know. Yes, guys. So, come will join us like in a jiffy. Let him take some rest. I think he has been working over the night, and he will come up and then he will continue with the analysis, right? And then just 1 minute, guys. Let me set this up quickly. Let me set this up quickly. You know me, I'm always the psychological guy. Okay, just 1 minute, guys. I'm coming. I'll join you guys. All right, guys. Sorry for that little break off, guys. Welcome back. Okay. So, good morning. Like I say once again, how has been our week so far? How has been how they call it? How has been trading? Hope we all good, right? Has been hope our accounts are surviving. All right. If you can hear me, you can just drop the voltage sign under the comment section. All right, and please, like I always say, if at any point any speaker is speaking, you don't understand anything, you have a question, don't hesitate to drop your question. All right, which is very important, right? So before Uncommon comes up, right? You guys know me that I always love talking, right? I always love giving us a therapy session about trading. You understand? I always love giving us the macro perspective of things of the market, what is happening globally when it comes to geopolitics, when it comes to interest rate, when it comes to the bank decisions, when it comes to monetary policy, when it comes to government deficit and the rest. All right, which is one of which is the catalyst that drives the market. All right. Okay. So it's very important. And if we let's first of all let's start talking from the macro perspective of things before we dive into the topic I have for today. Right. Yes. If you look at the market so closely, of course, there have been of lately there have been no new development. Right. Remember a week or I think last was a week ago or last 2 weeks I've been calling the goodbye based on the macro perspective of things. And I told you guys that I even took a position last 2 weeks or last week on gold, right? And we can see that this week gold has been responding to that macro catalyst that I pointed out. And then you can see those massive pump on gold, right? Especially yesterday, right? And then yeah, we can see that happening. Okay, and then for the Bitcoin, right? I'm still waiting for the Clarity Act, all right, to see what is happening or what is going to happen. All right, I'm coming, guys. Right, to see what is going to happen before I know my direction for the crypto market. Okay, but for now, like I said, I'm sitting on my hands since I've been sitting on my hands since the last 2 weeks, and I'm still sitting on my hand, right? And then the Japanese yen, all right, the intervention happened last week. Of course, we all saw it, all right. And then the US said they were going to intervene, all right. They were going to be dumping the dollar to buy the yen, all right. And we are still waiting for that. That has not really, the intervention have not really happened, right? You look at your daily charts on the USD JPY, on the Japanese yen, or whatever, you will see that the chart has been constructing, like there have been a ranging market, right? So there's no much move yet since this week started. So we're looking at that as well. We're waiting to see what is going to happen. So they have not really been and for the Euro US, right? Of course, last week is that I've been calling that I'm bullish on the Euro USD. So I'm waiting to see that as well, right? Since they are going to intervene on the Japanese yen, maybe we could see some pretty good move to the upside on the euro to the dollar, right? There have not really been any latest new development like that. Okay, everything is still intact. And then when there's a new development, of course, I'll be here to update you guys. All right. So that's it for the macro perspective. So today's in today's should I call it a therapy talk or a psychological talk? I mean, anyone you want to put it, right? So I would love you to get closer to your pen, get your journal, your book, or wherever you want to write it. Because I will be saying a lot this morning, all right, before Common comes up or before the New York session, right? I'll be saying a lot. So I want you to get a pen, get a jotter, so you can write things that might resonate with you. All right. So I want us to talk about the trader you have to kill before you become one. Right, that's what I want us to talk about. The The trader you have to kill before you become one. You understand? Most people think that trading is a financial game. All right. And funny enough, trading is not a financial game. Now, like my talk will always go, right? It always most of the time, right, comes raw and unfiltered. Okay. And that is because of the experience and the knowledge I've gathered over time, right, in the market. All right. So so it's just more raw and more realistic and much more let's say relatable if you have been in the game for a very long time, right? So like I was saying, right, most people think that trading is a financial game. And trust me, trading is not a financial game. Trading is one of the few profession that forces you into psychological confrontation. All right, and it forces you into it doesn't just force into it doesn't just forces you into psychological confrontation. It forces you into the confrontation with yourself. All right, every single day. You understand? And like I always say, and I always say, and if you have been following me for a very long time, the market doesn't expose your strategy. All right, it only exposes your identity as a trader. The reason I so much overemphasize on identity problems is that is where the real battle really is. You understand? That is where the real war, all right, is. So the war is not in your strategy, the war is in your identity. The reason why you are always looking at your chart, wanting every trade to be right, is not the market problem. It is an identity problem, and the market will obviously expose that. All right. Sometimes people will say, the market humbles me. The market humbled me, right? Today market humbled me. No, the market didn't humble you. All right. The market, what did the market do, right? The market simply introduce you to the version, all right, of yourself that has always existed. All right. The market did not humble you. It only introduced you to the version of yourself that has always existed. Welcome so much, Nolly TV. I can see that you're just waking up. Yeah, sometimes our body just need a rest. Trust me, because sometimes you overwork, you do a lot of things, a lot of activities during the day, and then into the night, and then you sleep off. Your body just really need that rest sometimes. So, good morning, good morning, Lolly TV, and you're welcome to the live. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, like I was saying, right, the market simply introduce you to the version of yourself that has always existed. It is the market. That's saying that the market humble you. No, 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 no. All right. Now, when I say the market introduce you to the version of yourself that has always existed, I simply mean that the market, right, introduce you to the impatient version side of you. The market introduce you to the greedy version side of you. The market introduce you to the frightened version side of you. The market introduce you to the insecure version side of you. The market introduce you to the version of you that needs or wants to be right always. All right. The market introduce you to the version of you that cannot sit down and wait for the market to materialize, right? The market only introduce you to the version of you that secretly believe that money will finally make everything worthy for you, right? So trading doesn't create this personality, right? It removes the distraction hidden them. All right. Like trading does not create what did I just say? Trading does not create this personality I just listed. All this personality, the impatient version of you, the greedy version of you, the I think I say frightened version of you, the insecure version of you, the version of you that need to be right, the version of you that cannot sit on your hand, right? Trading does not create this personality. It only removes the distractions, the things that have been hiding them for the longest. All right. And we also I also always talk about the market being a mirror. Of course, yes, the market is one giant mirror. You understand? Just like imagine you standing in front of a mirror, like a mirror in your house, right? And the mirror never lies, right? If your shirt is dirty, it shows you that yes, look at this dirt, there's a stain on your shirt. All right. If you smile, it reflects, it gives you that smile back. It shows that yeah, you are smiling. So now imagine screaming at the mirror because you don't like what you see. Now imagine you smile and inside the mirror you are seeing yourself smiling, and then you are screaming, you are shouting at the mirror because you'll be like, why are you smiling? I don't want to see that smile. But bro, that smile just came from you. Do you understand? So, and funny enough, that's what most traders do. Do you get? They blame the market. They blame the market. They say, it's liquidity. It's market. They blame market manipulation. They blame the news. They blame their strategy. They blame this. They blame the broker. They blame the algorithm. They blame the spread. They blame session, London session, New York session. Do you understand? They blame everything, but they fail to blame that one person sitting behind the screen, staring at the market, staring at the chart. You will never blame yourself for everything. You never blame yourself for the decision you made. You only blame the market. It's the market. It's the spread. It's the broker. It's the algorithm. No, the news. You just came out and messed up everything. Right? But one thing, all right, they never tend to blame is the person staring at the market, of which is you yourself. You understand? So the market simply reflects your internal state. All right. The market reflects the inside, those things, those character, right? Those personalities in you. The market reflects them. All right. So if it, sorry guys, 1 second. All right, guys. So sorry, guys. So a fearful trader will always see danger, right? A desperate trader will always see opportunity everywhere. Trader who needs money desperately, who just want to be on the chart, who just want to be in a trade. Since you are desperate, the market will mirror it for you to amplify it for you. It comes on the chart, there's an opportunity everywhere. So a desperate trader will always see opportunity everywhere. All right. All right. And an arrogant trader, right, will always see certainty where none exists. And an insecure trader will see validation through profit. Traders who are insecure, right, they see validation through profit. They see that, man, since I'm winning, man, I'm already a badass trader. That's an insecure trader. You understand? So the market is that one giant mirror that amplifies or that reflects or that exposes your inner personalities. All right. And another thing we also need another thing, right? Another thing I will talk about is that most traders are not or aren't trading money. All right. Most traders are not trading money. What they are trading is they are trading their self worth. And I think I need to put it that way, right? Most traders are not trading money, they are trading their self worth. Now, this is where things become uncomfortable, right? Every losing trade feel personal to them. Why? Because somewhere deep inside, they stop measuring. Sorry, guys. Somewhere deep inside, right? They stop measuring their account. All right. They start measuring their self. All right. What do I mean by that? I simply means that whereby a green day, a blue day, right? A profitable day means that they are smart. Once you have a profitable day, I am smart. But once you have a red day, it simply means that, oh man, I'm stupid. I did the wrong thing. Why didn't I just, oh, why didn't I? Why didn't I? Why didn't I? Why is that? Now, they now start seeing that red day as a very stupid day, like I am very, very stupid, right? And then when they have a payout day, it simply means that they are valuable. Right? Now notice what happened. Your identity become attached to random outcomes. Now, and that is not just anyhow thing. That is what I call psychological suicide. All right, because now every trade become a referendum on who they are, and no human, and trust me, right? No human nervous system was designed to live like that. You understand? So most traders are not really trading money; they are trading their self worth. So every trade will be feels every trade they take feels so personal, feels so personal. So whenever they make profit, they are very very smart. Whenever they take a loss or they have that red day or that red day, they are to them they are feeling stupid because they feel like there's something they were supposed to do right. You get so most traders are not trading money; they are trading their self worth, and also most traders don't actually fear losing money. All right, they fear what losing money says about them. All right, now think carefully what I'm about to say. Right, if you lose $100 today, would so that 1 second, let me fix my network. Can you guys hear me? Please, if you can hear me, please drop it under the comment section. Let me be sure that you are hearing me. I don't know, I'm getting a network glitch feedback from my side. Please let me know if you can hear me, guys. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. I just want to be sure if I am audible, if my network is not uh, affecting me outside. All right. Okay. Okay. So like I was saying, right? You don't actually fear losing money. All right. You don't actually fear losing money. What you are scared of, you are scared of, or you fear what losing money says about you. All right. Now, like I was saying, think carefully. If you lost $100 today, $100 today, or $100 today, would it really destroy your life? Probably not. All right. But what hurt isn't the money. What hurt is the story. All right. What hurt is the story. Okay. Sorry, guys. So what hurt is the story. I have been trading for 5 years. All right. I have been trading for 5 years. I should know better. My friend think I am unsuccessful, or I am successful. Sorry, my friend thinks I am successful, not unsuccessful, but see, right? My friends think I am successful. I told everyone I quit my job. I promised my family. I promised I have posted profits. People know me that I'm a trader. If you are for people who are influencers, I have followers. I can't fail now. Now you are not protected at this particular point. You are not protecting capital, right? You are trying to protect your ego. You understand? So you are not scared of actually losing money. You are scared of losing what money says about you. All right. So even like the example I give of $100, right? You lose $100, all right? The funny thing is that yes, you lost $100, but it doesn't destroy your life, right? Probably not. Okay. But like I say, what hurts there is not the money, it's the story. All right, it's the story that hurts. So if you be like, oh man, I've been trading for long, 2 years, 3 years. All right. My friend thinks that since I'm trading, I need to show my friends that I'm a successful trader. More, I need to show my family that I'm successful because I promised my family, I promised my mom, I promised my dad that I'm going to make it through this. I have my friends know I've seen me post one or two couple of profit on my WhatsApp status on my timeline, right? I have students that need to know that yes, I understand this game. I have followers who need to know that I understand this game. I can't fail now. You understand? Now, if you now all this noise, all this story playing in your head, You are not trying to protect capital. You are trying to protect your ego. And one thing about the market is that it doesn't negotiate with ego because it will definitely crush or destroy those ego every single time. All right? It will definitely crush or destroy those ego every single time. And another thing there is that some traders are secretly addicted to pain. Now, this might sound ridiculous until you understand psychology. Now, the human brain does not chase happiness, right? The human brain doesn't chase happiness. It chases familiarities. It, it how am I going to put this right? It chases familiarity. Yes, yes. If chaos feels familiar, peace become uncomfortable. If struggle feels normal, right? Success feels suspicious. Now that is why some traders sabotage themselves right before becoming profitable. For example, they increase lot size, they break the rule, they overtrade, they revenge trade. Why? Because the nervous system doesn't know how to live without crisis. And some people don't have money problem, they have familiarity problem because feels like home. Like I say, right now, this all this I just say might sound ridiculous, but once you understand how psychology work, you will agree with me that the human brain does not chase happiness; it chases what is familiar with. So it is the market is not like a battleground within yourself, and that is why profitability will be very difficult most of the time. You understand? That is why profitability will be very difficult most of the time. Now, another challenge we are faced there, right, is the need to recover. No, sorry, another thing we need to understand is that the need to recover is more dangerous than the loss. You understand? Because after a loss, right, after a loss, something strange happened, right? You don't simply want the money back. What you want back is your identity. That is why that is why recovery trades become irrational. You are trying to erase emotional pain, not financial damage. Now, there's a huge difference between that. All right. What you are trying to do, right, is that you are trying to erase emotional pain, not financial damage. Now, these things are two different things. All right. And one thing about the market that it doesn't know you are trying to recover. It's simply offering another probability. But your brain, right, your brain sees redemption. You understand? Your brain sees redemption. Sorry, guys, I'm having some little cough. And since your brain is seeing redemption, right, redemption will now makes you become an irrational person. All right? Redemption makes you become, since you are seeing redemption, it makes sorry guys, it makes you become an irrational person. All right. And also winning can be more dangerous than losing. Nobody talk about this. All right. Like, or few persons only talk about this. Losses create fear, winning creates illusion. I need to write that down. Just came into my head now. For me, 1 second, guys. Losses create fear, l- winning creates illusion. That just came into my head right now. So permit me 1 second. Let me write that down in my journal. Right. Sorry, guys. So that just dropped into my mind just now, right? Losses create fear, winning creates illusion. Understand? Now, one big winning month, for example, now you are suddenly a genius. You are a genius. Your ego is high. Everything is high. All right. One funded account payout. All right. One funded account, one payout, one viral trade, one lucky, one, let's say one winning streak, 1 week winning streak. Suddenly, the rule become your rules, your set rules, right? Becomes optional because you feel that you've cracked the market. All right. Your confidence will slowly mutuates into superiority, and superiority eventually meets on sorry, and when superiority eventually meets uncertainty, trust me, it becomes disaster because uncertainty will always win. All right, because uncertainty will definitely always beat superiority. You understand? And another thing there is that there's this loneliness. All right, there's this loneliness nobody talks about, or few people really talk about. The majority of people don't talk about it. All right, now trading, if you agree with me, right, if you agree with me, trading is strange. All right, the more serious you become, the fewer people understand you. Or let me put it this way, trading, right, when trading become more serious for you, right, you begin to realize that only few people begin to understand the kind of person you are turning into. You sit alone, the chart, or you sit alone, watching charts, reading economic, looking at the economic calendars, silence most of the time. You're just analyzing, staring at the screen. Now, because now you come to realization that nobody applauds discipline. Nobody noticed the trade you didn't take. Nobody celebrates the setup you ignored, right? Everyone only notices, let's say you become profitable. Everyone only notices the money. But the greatest victories in trading are invincible. All right. The greatest victory in trading are invisible, whereby closing the laptop, walking away, accepting uncertainty, stopping the trade, stopping after one trade per se, right? Chasing, choosing boredom over excitement. This victory, right? All this I just mentioned don't show on the social media, all right? But they build you secretly, and this is what build your career over time, all right? And one funny thing is that you think you are chasing freedom, right? When you come to it, you think you are chasing freedom, right? Sometimes you are running from yourself. Many people say, I want financial freedom. Maybe sometime, maybe sometime, right? But what you don't understand is that they simply want to escape. Escape what? They want to escape debt. They want to escape insecurity. They want to escape family expectation. They want to escape childhood poverty. They want to escape rejection. They want to escape, how will I put this? Comparison. Yes, very important, right? They want to escape comparison. They want to escape the ordinary life. All right. They want to escape problems. So they want to how will I put this? I think they want to change the country they are, all right. So they can buy, they want to get a new house, they want to drive Lamborghinis, they want to make millions, all right. But the funny thing is that everywhere you go, this nervous system follows you. You cannot outrun yourself. All right. You cannot outrun yourself. I don't know, I'm getting network glitch feedback, but then I pray you guys can hear me, right? I believe you guys can hear me. All right. You cannot outrun yourself. You must definitely stick with it. And there's this fantasy that traders have, right? And which is very, 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 very dangerous. All right. This dangerous fantasy. There's this quote trader used to say, I will finally be happy when I make it. All right. Or let me put it this way, right? I'll finally be happy when I make 10,000, then 50,000, then 100,000, then $1 million. All right. Notice happiness keep moving. Now, psychologists can let me put this. No, there's this. Psychologists call what I just say, or let me put this way. Psychology call this hedonic treadmill. Traders call it one more payout. All right, one more payout, one more payout. I don't know what's wrong with my network this morning. Sorry, guys, let me confirm. Let me confirm from the room if my network is glitching from there. All right, guys. Sorry, I think my network is clear. Just check my network from the inside. I'm just getting some feedback here. So where was I? Right, I was talking about the dangerous fantasy. Right now, your brain quickly normalize every achievement, then account grow, expectation grow faster. You understand? So when I finally make my this, now that is a fantasy most people put in their front, and then by the end of the day, it fights that identity they carry in them. All right, if fight that identity they carry in them. Now the reason, let me tell you why some traders never improve. All right, the reason why some traders never improve is because improvement required money. Yes. Like when I say money, I mean MOURNING. All right. Improvement requires money. Yes. When I say money, you must grieve the trader you imagine you were. That is when I talk about you must grieve the trader you imagine you were. I'm talking about the genius, the market wizard, the sniper, those trader you think you are, right? That version of you must die because reality refuse to reward fantasy, right? Reality does not, let me put it this way, reality does not reward fantasy. Professional trader are not magical, they are boring. Or professionals are not magical, they are boring. All right, they are boring, they are repetitive, patient, they are emotional average. They don't need excitement, they don't need consistency, right? Trading does not require all these things. Sorry, they don't need excitement per se. Sorry, they need consistency. Trading does not need those excitement, those fantasies that come with it, right? Trading trading is boring, trading is repetitive, trading is patient, right? Trading needs consistency. And one funny thing is people don't understand is that trading does not reward intelligence. Now, this it does not reward intelligence. Trust me, there are doctors who fail, there are programmers who fail, there are mathematicians who fail. Why? Because being intelligent is not emotional regulation. Because the smartest mind, people who have the smartest mind, can still panic. Even if you have the highest IQ in the world, you can still overtrade. So the deepest market knowledge means nothing if your nervous system cannot tolerate uncertainty. All right. And there's this thing I was telling some people, I think that was on Sunday, right? Where some group of traders, right, were discussing, and I told them, I said, your childhood is sitting beside you every time you trade. Right? Because I have this community of traders every Sunday, all meet and we discuss. And I tell them the raw truth about trading. How trading is just an inner battle. Your childhood is sitting beside you every time you trade. All right, okay. Think about how you learn success growing up. All right, where they punishes every mistake harshly. Your parents flog you because you made a mistake. They beat you, they correct you, they scold you because you made a mistake. All right. Then that is why every losing trade may feel like danger. Now that indoctrination, that's way you were being brought up while growing up, right? When that make you feel that every losing trade feel like a danger because you want to make mistake because you were taught not to make mistake. All right. You were praised only when you achieve something. Yes, when you become first in the class, when you win an award, when you do this, when you were only praised during that time. You were only You were only here, they only hailed you. Oh yeah, you try, you are the best, you are this. You only praise only when you achieve something. All right. And because of that praise, when you achieve something, every profit become a proof that you are smart. Every profit become a proof that you deserve love. Another thing is that if your household, while growing up, right, your household experience financial instability, right, then trust me, every single drawdown will trigger the survival mode. All right, every drawdown may trigger survival mode. Sorry, may trigger survival mode. Did you grow up and then you have this they ignored you emotionally? You were emotionally ignored, or you were emotional, yeah, you were emotionally ignored, right? Did you grow up ignored, they ignored you emotionally? Then trust me, the chat would definitely become a place to avoid feeling anything else. Yes, the chat will become a place to avoid feeling everything else. So many traders think they are fighting the market, right? Many traders think they are fighting the market, but sometimes they are arguing with they are arguing with the old version of themselves. All right, they are arguing and they are fighting, they are battling with the old version of themselves. So the market simply give those old patterns, those old scenario a stage to play. All right. And another thing that I also lay down is that the ego we have today loves certainty. All right. Your ego loves certainty, but reality does not. All right. The ego, for example, now we ask this question: will this trade win? All right. Will this trade win? And the reality will answer, maybe it will win. Now the ego will ask, can you guarantee it? Reality will answer, no, I can't guarantee it. And one funny thing is that your ego will hate such answers. All right, your ego hates such answers. So the ego wants certainty before commitment. You want to be sure that this trade will go well before it commits. And one thing about trade is that trading never offers certainty. Trading never offers certainty. It only offers probability. So accepting this, all right, accepting that trade, sorry, not this, I mean accepting that trading, right, isn't a, or am I going to put it that you are going to understand? All right, put this way, right? Accepting that isn't a trading, accepting probability, right, is not a trading skill. It is a life skill. Yes, let me put it that way. Accepting probability is not a trading skill, it is a life skill. And there's this quiet truth about professional traders, people who understand trading in art. Now, professional trader doesn't just wake up and ask this kind of question: how much can I make today? They ask, can I execute my process today? You understand? Can I execute my process today? Now, because funny enough, right? The money is a consequence. All right, the money is a consequence, not the mission. The amateur, if you look at amateur, right, they measure outcome, but professional trader measure decision. Because the truth is that outcome are noisy, but decision compounds over time. All right, decision compounds over time. Now, there's this hardest psychological shift, right? I want to talk about, right? The hardest psychological shift I want to talk about. Now, as a trader, stop trying to become a profitable trader. Like I say, it's the hardest psychological shift. Stop trying to become a profitable trader. Become someone who tolerates uncertainty without abandoning their principle. Yes, I will take that again. As a trader, stop trying to become a profitable trader. Become someone who tolerates uncertainty without abandoning their principle. 1 second, guys. Let me see. Let me put this right. 1 second, guys. Let me adjust this. I'm trying to trade. All right, guys. So, like I was saying, right? So, as a trader, right, you need, or let me put it this way, as a trader, stop trying to become a profitable trader. All right. Become someone who can tolerate uncertainty without abandoning their principles. All right. Profit is what happened afterward. Profit is a consequence, is the consequence that come after you tolerating uncertainty. It's just a byproduct, not before. All right. I repeat that. Profit, right, is a byproduct or is a consequence that come after you've accepted uncertainty, not before you accept uncertainty. So it's just a byproduct. Now, the question nobody wants to ask is that if I remove money completely, example, or let me put it this way, the question nobody wants to ask that if I remove money completely, will I still respect the person I become while trading? That's the question nobody wants to ask themselves. Will you admire patience? Will you will you love discipline? Will you love honesty? Will you love humility? Will you love emotional stability? If there is no money, if you remove money completely from trading, will you love discipline? Will you love honesty? Will you love humility? Will you love emotional stability? Or would everything collapse because the only thing that keep you going was the dream of getting rich? Now, if you can answer that question, that changes everything. Now, I take that again. I want to repeat that particular question again, right? I said the question nobody want to ask in trading is that if I remove, for example, now, if I remove trading completely, sorry, no, if I remove money per se completely from trading, right? If I remove money completely from trading, would you still respect the person you become while trading? If I remove money completely from trading, will you still respect the person you become while trading? Now, the question is, will you still admire patience if I remove money from trading? Will you still admire discipline if I remove money completely from trading? Will you still love honesty if I remove money completely from trading? Will you still love humility if I remove money completely from trading? Will you still love emotional stability if I remove money completely from trading? Or will all these things collapse, right? Because the only thing that was keeping you, or the only thing that was keeping you in trading was the dream of getting rich. Now, if you can answer this question, then that changes everything. That is why I said you need to stop trying to become profitable. You need to become that person, all right? You need to become that person who can tolerate uncertainty, right? Without abandoning their principle. Once once you adapt to that, trust me, everything changes. Everything will completely change. So stop trying to be profitable, all right? Become that someone who tolerates uncertainty without abandoning their principle. You understand? Who tolerate uncertainty without abandoning their principle. See, it will come to a stage, right? The truth of the matter is that it will come to a stage, right? One day, or it will come to a particular day, or that particular time, or that particular season, where you realize something almost heartbreaking. All right. You come to realize that the market was never your enemy. Yes. You come to that realization that the market wasn't your enemy. It was never trying to stop you. The market was never trying to stop you to be profitable. The market was never trying to test you, or the market wasn't testing you. All right. You come to the realization that the market wasn't punishing you. You come to the realization that the market wasn't rewarding you. You come to realization that the market, right, was simply revealing you, right? Every impulsive click, every revenge trading, every oversized position, how will I put it, every moment of discipline, every moment of restraint, every moment of excuse, every moment of breakthrough, every chart, all right, every, how am I going to put this right? Every chart were only a canvas, all right? Everything was only a revealing of your inner self. The real work was happening inside, all right? And perhaps the greatest irony of trading is the people who stay long enough rarely become successful because they finally let me put it this way, the people who stay in the game long enough rarely become successful because they finally learn how to predict the market. They become successful because they slowly stop needing the market to prove anything about who they are. All right. The day you no longer need to win, or the day you no longer need a winning trade to feel intelligent, or the day you no longer need a payout to feel worthy, or the day, or let me put it this way, or a perfect month to believe in yourself, or the day you stop putting it in mind that you need a perfect month to believe in yourself, then trust me, that particular day, that is when you begin to get clarity. Right? Come here, guys. That particular day, that is when you begin to get clarity. Now, there's this how do I put it? There's the psychological part of a trader nobody or people or a lot of people don't tell you about, or they don't warn you about, right? There's the psychology, there's a part of psychology of a trader, right? Of the trader that nobody wants you. Now, there's a version of you that walks into every trading session. All right. There's a version of you that walks into every trading session. Not the one with one strategy, not the one with maybe probably one indicator, but the one carrying every unresolved conversation you had with yourself. Because one thing, one funny thing, one greatest thing is that the market does not ask who, or how to put it, the market doesn't ask who you want to become, right? It asks who you already are. Who are you? All right. The market does not ask who you want to become, it asks who you are or who are you. All right. And there's this invisible conversation happening before every trade. The conversation is invincible. It's happening before every trade you take. Now, people think that trading begins when you click the buy or sell button. No, it doesn't begin that. It doesn't begin like that. It begins when it begins with how am I going to put it? It begins with a conversation that happened so quietly, right? It begins with a conversation that happened so quietly you don't even notice it. That conversation of it is just so quiet that you might not very tiny that you might not notice. That conversation of I need I need today to be green. I can't afford another loss. Right? Now those are quiet conversations happening inside of you that you don't notice. This setup has to work. That's a very quiet conversation that happens that you don't notice. I have been waiting for a profitable day all weeks. If I lose again, I feel like an idiot. Now, I'm just trying to project those little conversation, those little talks that's going on between your mind that you fail to pay attention to. All right, that conversation of this is probably the one, this particular trainer will be the one that's going to pull me out of the drawdown. Now, none of all these statements I'm stating have anything to do with analysis. Those are emotional, they are emotional contracts. And emotional contract always demand payment when you right? Sorry guys, an emotional contract always demand payment. When you tell yourself, I need to win this trade, you have already surrendered your objectivity because the market has become responsible for regulating your emotion. And that is too much weight to pull on a single candle. All right, that is too much weight to put on the same candle. So you have to have it at the back of your mind that you are not fighting the market, you are fighting time. You are fighting time. Think deeply about this I'm about to say, right? When people over leverage, all right, when people over leverage, why do they jump from strategy to strategy? Right? Think about it. Like, think about this. Why people over leverage per se? All right. Why do they jump from strategy to strategy? Why do they abandon their system after few trades, 6, 7, 8, 10 trades? They abandon that system and then go to another one. Because somewhere in their mind, right? Somewhere in their mind exists a deadline. There's a deadline that exists in their mind. All right, they'll be like, I need to make it before I, for instance, now some people might be like, oh, I'm clocking 25. I'm almost close to my 30s. So I need to make it before I become 30. I need to buy my parent a house. I need to buy myself a house. I need to prove, I need to prove everyone wrong that yes, trading can make me this. All right. I have already wasted a lot of years. I can't start all over. The market, and funny enough, the market has no deadline. But in your mind, you have deadline. All right, what the only thing the market has is probability. Time pressure creates emotional pressure, right? And emotional pressure destroys decision making. And the funny thing about the irony there is that the faster you try to be rich, the longer it takes. So you can see that all these things put together, you are not fighting the market, you are fighting time. Because why? You have deadline. I need to achieve this. I need to achieve that. I need to put this in order. I need money. I need this. My mates are going. This guy have bought G wagon. Bro, you are not fighting time. You're not fighting the market. So you will not give the market space to unveil or to unravel, to just flow freely. You're just fighting. You are fighting time. You are fighting the battles within yourself. You're not fighting the market. All right. You are not fighting the market, you are fighting time. And like I said, right, time pressure creates emotional pressure. And emotional pressure creates destroy decision making. And so one thing people know that traders also understand is that trauma doesn't live when you open your trading view or your NT5. All right, your childhood, right, the way you were being brought up doesn't just disappear because you open because your MT5 is open. Now, if you grow up with the mindset that love has to be earned, right, then trust me, you will probably try earning profit instead of executing your process, right? If you grew up with the mindset of love have to be earned, right, then trust me, you will probably try earning profit instead of trying to execute the process. And if failure meant humiliation to you, then trust me, losses, right? Losses won't feel like an education. It will feel like an humiliation to you. All right. If money was always scarce to you when we were growing up, then trust me, your nervous system may interpret every drawdown as survival. Like I've seen that before. All right. It will see as that. So trauma does not change or does not leave when you open your metaphor. It only amplifies it. And what I'm saying explain why some traders physically shake or physically have this heartbeat, or let me say one shake, right? Normal, physically shake during a losing streak. All right, because the reason because their body isn't responding to numbers, their body is responding to old time memories, right? Wearing new clothes. And one thing is that most traders or some traders want to be saved. And this is very, very, very uncomfortable, right? What I'm trying to say, right, is very, very uncomfortable, but it's the truth. Some traders want to be saved. They believe one payout will fix everything. One funded account, if I can just get a funded account, I just need one good trade. All right. I just need to make $30,000 in a month. I just need to be at least making $2,000 in a month. You understand? I just need that lucky investment to do. So they chase wealth. They are not chasing wealth per se, right? They are chasing rescue. They are looking for where to be saved. They have built this fantasy where money becomes a therapy. All right. And one funny thing is that money has never healed identity. It only amplifies it only amplifies whatever already exists. All right. It only amplifies whatever already exists. If you are peaceful, money gives you options. If you are insecure, money gives you insecurity and a bigger micro, like it gives you insecurity, or it gives insecurity a bigger microphone. Yeah, let me use that word. All right. And another thing is that the addiction is not winning. It's not about winning. All right. The addiction is about escaping reality. The addiction is about escaping reality. If you notice when you trade the most, right? If you notice when you trade the most, not technically, not emotionally, let me put it in a very understandable way. If you notice, right, when you trade the most, now when I talk when you trade the most, I'm not talking technically. You are trading emotionally. All right. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Or let me put it in a very simple English. If you notice every time you trade the most, it is when you trade with emotion. It is not when you trade based on technical, not when you trade based on fundamental, or not when you trade based on technical or based on sentimental. You only trade the most of the time because you were emotionally activated. You trade because of loneliness. You trade because of boredom. You trade because of disappointment. You trade because of rejection. right? You are not trading because you needed to trade. You had all your parameter in place. You were trading because you were emotionally triggered. So the addiction is not about winning. The addiction is all about you trading because an emotion was triggered. So when you become bored, when you feel rejected, when you feel lonely, when you feel disappointed, the market becomes somewhere you disappear to. You run to the chat. All right, you run to the chat. So so it is not the addiction is not about winning. The addiction is not about because you were emotionally triggered. And many traders are addicted. Sorry, guys. And many traders are addicted to who they could become. Not Yes, let me put that way. Many traders are addicted to who they will become, not who they are becoming. So they spend years imagining the Rolex, the Ferrari, the penthouse, the withdrawal for the week, and all those things, right? The freedom, all right? But they rarely imagine the boring Tuesdays, the boring Thursdays, the boring Wednesdays, or the boring Mondays when there will be no trade. They barely imagine the month they might imagine the month where they will almost not make money. They barely imagine the discipline, right? They barely imagine the discipline that comes with trading. They barely imagine the quiet consistency. They barely imagine giving away the fantasy of the excitement. All right, they barely imagine the repetitiveness that comes with trading. So, so they only imagine who they could become, not who they are becoming. All right. So, and that by the end of the day, it really takes few people who step into the corridor of professionalism to fall in love with this process. But the amateur will not fall in love with the process, but rather they will stay loyal to the fantasy that comes with trading. Now, every trade is a small act of faith. Now, I'm not talking about religious faith, but I'm talking about psychological faith. The faith that uncertainty is survivable. All right. The faith that okay, let me take it. If the faith that uncertainty is survivable, the faith that one loss doesn't define you, the faith that the probabilities work over time, the faith that the faith that patience, sorry, compounds. Okay, the faith that discipline eventually gets paid. Now, without faith, every losing trade become evidence that you are doomed. All right. Without that small act of faith, right, in your psychology, right, every losing trade becomes an evidence that you are doomed. But with faith, right, with a psychological faith, right, every losing trade become one page in a much larger book. All right, becomes one page in a much larger book. Come in, let me drop this right. I think we have 10 more minutes. Come in, let me ask ICT Queen if she FS Queen if she has something to say. All right. Now, and also the reason why revenge trading feels so personal. I think I've got that kind of question before from someone on X, right? Asking me why do revenge trading feel so personal to him? He doesn't understand why. Yes, and I also noticed that a lot of traders also face that. Now, the reason why revenge trading feels so personal because revenge trading isn't against the market, it is against reality. Yes, revenge trading isn't against the market, it is against reality. Reality says, let's say for example, now reality say no. Your ego answered, watch me. You get now. I'm just trying to tell you the conversation between your ego and reality, right? Reality will say no on something. Your ego will be like, watch me. So once your ego say watch me, you yourself now you will now double down or double your lot size, triple your lot size, and then ignore the rules. Trading random candles, trading random setups, trading random chart patterns, right? Now, at that particular point, you are no longer seeking profit. You are seeking emotional revenge against uncertainty. And one funny thing is that reality, right? When it comes to reality of trading, reality never argues. All right, it simply continues. It just stay, just watch you continually do what you are doing. Now, there's I think on Sunday I was talking to my guys, right, and I told them that there's a child in every trader. There's a child, right? There's an atom like that. There's that childishness in every. There's a child in every trader. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm not talking about, or it's not metaphoric, right? It is psychological. Now, the child who wanted approval. Now, I'm listening it now. Follow me, right? Now, psychologically, the child who wanted approval, the child who feared disappointing people, the child who wants to be admired, the child who believed mistake mean rejection, the child who imagined handling that $100,000 account, all right, and then imagine the child who imagine all these things, and then every fluctuation become terrifying, right? Every fluctuation become terrifying. One second, guy. Let me attend to this. Yeah, sorry guys. So like I was saying, right? So at that part, sorry for that break, okay? So at that particular point, right, your account is not holding money anymore. Your account is now holding your identity because there's a child in every trader. So it's very, very important that we take note of that. So if you imagine that now there's also this talk, right? I always tell people too, like why success most of the time feels empty. You understand? Let's say, for example, now you finally pass a challenge in silence, right? You receive a payout in silence. You hit your six figures in silence. You buy the car in silence. And then few days, For a few days, you just feel cool, dopamine, then nothing. The reason is because external achievement can not permanently answer internal question. Eventually, you are forced to ask, who am I without a profit? Most people never ask that question. They simply chase the bigger payout. They just want everything to be loud. Everybody sees me, and then they move. You understand that dopamine of that, everything like that. So, so that's why sometimes you just see that success some of the time feels empty. And also, you need to understand that your strategy is not your biggest edge. Your relationship, what is your biggest edge then? Your biggest edge is your relationship with discomfort. You understand? Anyone can follow rules when everything is working. Trust me. You understand? Everyone can follow you. Everything is working. Yeah, follow your rules. Everything is working. But that is not your biggest edge. Your biggest edge is your relationship with discomfort. For instance, after five consecutive losses, right? Sorry, your edge appear, right? Or let me put this way you understand. Your edge appear after missing a move. Your edge appear after five consecutive losses. Your edge appear after watching someone else make money and then you are cool, you are calm, you are not triggered. Your edge appear after taking a break. Your edge appear after doing nothing. You understand? So the question is, can you still remain psychologically stable, right? If all these things appear. So once you can stay psychologically stable, that is where your real edge appear. All right? That is where your real edge appear. Another thing you also need to understand is that comparison is an identity prison. Or let me put it this way, comparison is an identity poison. Now, let's say another trader posts, let's say a trader posts, you see a trader on your timeline posted a $50,000 payout, $10,000 payout, $20,000 payout. Then then funny thing, your confidence drop. Now, nothing about your account change, nothing about your strategy change, nothing about probability change. The only thing that changed was identity. Because why? You compared yourself to another person. Now, comparing yourself to another person will steal your attention. Yes, write that down. Comparison steals attention, and attention fuel execution. And without attention, your discipline dies. Right? Your discipline dies. And again, the market doesn't care about narrative. You've worked hard, you've sacrificed, you've missed your birthdays, you've lost relationship, you've spent thousands of dollars on courses, you've watched thousands of videos, hours of videos, right? And then market, and then you need to, after all these things, right, you need to understand that market does not owe you success because you suffer. All right, the market does not owe you success because you suffer. All right. Effort deserve respect, not entitlement. I know this thing I just say now, it's hot, right? But this is just the liberty you need. All right. This is the liberty you need. It is liberating. Now, because the market owes you nothing, all right? Because the market owes you nothing, so it doesn't care about your narrative. It doesn't care about your narrative. You understand? Then every profitable day, sorry guys. So every profitable day you have, right? It's just you, it's just you having that profitable day. It's not just because you deserve it. Okay? It's not because you deserve it. Because the market owes you nothing. Right? Because the market owes you nothing. Okay? So guys, I think it's 10 o'clock already. Okay. So we just need to have this understanding at the back of our mind that the market, right? owes you nothing. The battle is in your mind, right? The battle is in your mind. So fix your mind, fix your identity, then trust me, you will see changes in your trading. So, guys, it is 10 o'clock already. It's after 10, a minute after 10. And then we'll have to end here today. So, during the New York session, we'll have Uncommon and maybe FX Queen that will come and give us the market insight when it comes to technical. All right. When it comes to technicals. Okay. And then let's see what we have on the technical. If there's any trade setup we'll be looking at together, and then we take. All right, guys. So we're going to see you guys by 2 p.m. Nigerian time, right? So, guys, till then, stay glued to the market. Always pay attention to economic release and also manage your risks regarding what trade you want to take. All right. So, see you then, guys. Have a wonderful day and catch you by 2 p.m.